Okay, the Helen Plum Library Board of Trustees meeting is called to order. Please stand for the pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, can we have a roll call, Jared? Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Sue Williams, if you would do the landing.
The Helen Plum Library Board of Trustees unanimously acknowledges that many indigenous groups once lived on the land where the library now resides. The library invites all to learn their histories, cultures, and people. The library board encourages our neighbors to explore learning opportunities through local indigenous-based organizations such as Midwest Soaring Foundation.
Thank you, Sue. Okay, Janet, we can have her.
Allison Pinkett Boyd.
Here.
Sue Wiggins.
Here.
Julie Kowalski Smith.
Here.
Ginger Kearney.
Here.
Kristen Asensad Walsh.
Here.
Bijou Patel.
Here.
Kelly Sims.
Here.
Thank you. Is there any public comment? Seeing none. Moving on, may I have a motion for adoption of the agenda?
I move to adopt the agenda as stands. Ginger. I'll second. Julie.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion carries. May I have a motion for the next action item, adoption of approval of the consent agenda items?
I move for approval of the consent agenda items.
Second. Okay, Sue, would you read what we're going to cover?
Approval of minutes, specifically the regular board meeting of May 20th, 2025. Approval of financial reports, check register dated May 30th, 2025. 31st, excuse me. Cash and investments report dated May 31st, 2025. Revenue and expenditures versus budget report dated May 31st, 2025. Balance sheet previous year comparison as of May 31st, 2025.
Thank you.
Combined, oh, no, that's it.
Yep, we're good. Okay, any discussion of the consent agenda?
Second.
Oh,
No.
any discussion of the?
I
We
just
have
had,
a first and second. Go ahead.
I just had a question on page 3, which is the revenue and expenses versus budget report. Building and contents insurance was above the projected, the percentage of the agenda. Is in the financials. So I just was wondering if that was unexpected increase or if that has been factored in.
Which line number?
Sorry, 10861. The building and contents insurance.
I will confirm, it could be, we're not yet at year end and we do accrual accounting. So it could be that a bill was paid for next year that will
Yeah.
move into the next budget, but I'll find out about that one.
Okay, yeah, good, thank you.
Anything else? Okay, so, Anna, get back to us on that item. Thank you. All right, so all in favor of approval of the consent agenda items as stated, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, moving on to committee and foundation reports, audit committee.
Did not meet.
Okay, thank you. Director Relations Committee.
Did not meet.
All right, Policy and Bylaws Committee.
And for that, but
All right, and Ginger, can we have an update on the foundation?
Yes, absolutely. The Helen Plum Library Foundation had their first book sale at the farmers market last month, and we raised $100. And it went very well. People were very excited to come by and see what we had. We also had our first food night at Brooks Pizza. I do not have a total for that yet.
Okay.
The next book sale will be at the farmers market next week.
Okay.
And then Rainbow Cone fundraising night is July 9th. Or I guess all day.
Yeah.
It starts when they open.
you're just planning a business after.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
That was where the books are gonna be $2 a piece, so.
Yes, the book sale, they're all $2.
And just curious, do we know, like, did Brooke see a higher than regular?
They said it went well,
Okay,
but I don't have a total.
no, just was curious if they saw a bump
Yeah.
because of us,
Yeah,
okay.
they said it went well.
Okay.
Good. There's also the new signage in the hub for the foundation on a slat wall. We have been talking about it for a while, but there's a display case there now that has some of the special prizes and information about Grow a Reader, which is something that the foundation helped with, and then signage and some flyers and things for the foundation as well. So that is on the west wall.
Okay, thanks, Virginia. Any unfinished business? That you know, Dan, you have to say this, so,
I don't think so.
all right, great, moving on to new business. May I have a motion for the first action item?
I move for the adoption of resolution 2025-2026-001, authorizing non-resident cards for the 2025-2026 fiscal year, 7/1/25 through 6/30/26.
Okay, this is roll call vote.
And I second, Ginger.
Thank you, Ginger. Okay, you have discussion?
Would you like to start with any questions you have?
Yeah.
So with this new law that was passed, we have to do a policy and procedure first before we adopt it
Which,
for non-resident cards.
She's referring to the HB 42 or 47 that's pending.
oh, I'm so sorry.
But it hasn't been signed yet.
I thought it was.
No, it was at the governor's desk waiting to be signed. And
It's past everything, but it's awaiting to be signed. It's not referenced in the resolution for the non-resident cards specifically, but yes, it does tie to the policy that relates to paying for the non-resident card. So it would be a policy update once that law is signed.
But Jen, will it be a policy update or a policy creation?
It's.
It would be part of the usage policy.
Okay, got it, so it policy update.
Okay, yeah.
Cause I thought, from what Tara Costa Howard alluded to, that it had passed. Well, it period.
it
It's
passed
waiting to
the
be
House
signed.
and it's waiting for the governor's signature.
Well, you are so obsessed with it.
Remember that Schoolhouse Rock? How it gets
Right,
the bill?
yes.
Hasn't signed it yet, so it's not a bill yet. It's a bill. It's not a bill yet.
Yes, all right, we're just waiting for that.
Okay, great. Okay, so, and it'll be a policy update.
Is there, on the fourth whereas, second line, also providing formula, oh, sorry, the first page? Is that supposed to be formulae, LAE, or maybe this is just what they give us?
So this is pretty boilerplate
Okay.
from the attorney, and it's not one we've really combed through.
Okay.
So it is a bit more technical in its language and a little less user friendly. The critical part
So
is,
is that a word?
yeah,
Formulae?
yeah.
Formulate, yeah.
No, it doesn't say formulae yet, it says LAE, formulae. It must be a lawyer,
It's very
A law
jargony,
thing.
yeah.
I mean, it's, whatever it is what it is, I just didn't know if it was a typo, that's all.
Thank you. Any other questions on this resolution?
It is a plural of formula.
There you go.
Thank you.
I was pretty sure, but I wanted to make sure, yeah.
All right, no, I don't have anything else. Anyone? Okay, so this is a roll call vote.
Sue Wiggins,
Yes.
Julie Walsh Smith,
Yes.
Ginger Kearney,
Yes.
Kristen Atkinson Walsh.
Yes.
Deidre Patel,
Yes.
Kelly Sims,
Yes.
Allison Pinkham Floyd.
Yes. Okay, motion carries. All right, can we have a motion for the next action item?
I move for approval of the 2025-2026 working budget.
Yes, okay, thank you. Okay, before we move on to the roll call, any questions?
Did you wanna talk through any of it,
Why
or?
don't we start with questions and then any feedback you have would be helpful.
So first of all, thank you for the new format.
Yes.
Much easier for us to understand. We see it, annually, but it's a lot of detail. So thank you for that, Anne. That looks great.
Yeah, the breakdown is much nicer.
I have a few questions. I think some of them were answered by your thing, but I.
Sure.
The training and travel, I was
Yes.
wondering, maybe, I don't know what percentage it is, but it seemed a big drop. Is it because more people are moving to tuition reimbursement? I saw that. You had
Part of the
like 8
drop
people?
is usage. So we have intentions to go to conferences, and then it gets really busy at work and we realize that we need to scale back. I suspect that next year, next fiscal year, it'll be even lower. This year, we're gonna send all staff to Reaching Forward, which will be a larger expense, but that gives everyone on the team an opportunity to go to a day-long conference, which isn't something that we always get to do. So yes, that was intentionally lower.
Okay.
Um,
And based on like what we saw the last year, right? So
Right.
we're kind of projecting, okay. And then I was just curious what supplies covered, is it just like,
it's a whole range of things. So it's, processing supplies, it's any of the, like paper and.
like when we, like the barcodes and stuff too, or is that separate? Okay.
RFID comes out of that too, yeah,
Barcodes, RFID, all of the labels that go on the
Okay.
books.
Yeah.
And again, that's gone down because we've seen.
we're watching our numbers and we're seeing some consistently year to year. We do want to be cautious because we're watching prices go up a bit as well. So some conservative cuts.
Relative to the tuition reimbursement,
Yes.
is that, how is that delineated? Is it just people request per
Yes,
class?
so we have,
or-
within the policy, people, they request for the class for the semester. They
Okay,
can make that request either once a year or with every semester, but if they know they're gonna do 3 semesters with 3 courses, we have a form attached with the policy that they fill out to commit to that.
okay.
Some years, not everyone's able to meet what they expect to meet, but this way we can at least budget for folks that we know wanna use those funds.
I think and it might be a record number of people requesting.
I think
Yeah,
so too.
that's a lot,
Yeah.
Normally it's only been.
No, we have-
Yeah.
I think one of the one of the best things about growing in this organization is that we're getting people that are really excited to work here and they want to be able to continue a career in libraries, and we want to support that.
Mhm. What, in terms of staffing, the position that you added to marketing, that was like community
Yes.
engagement?
Yes.
Can you talk more about that?
So we see a hole in our operations where people are coming to us with requests for, we want you at the farmer's market, we want you at this event, and we don't have a point person or a main point of contact. And we thought, if it really is intended for the presence outside the building or bringing outside groups to the building, we need someone to coordinate those efforts, even if they're not always leading them. So that's really where that position came from. And we were thinking in terms of marketing, the logic followed in my mind at least, that they are the ones kind of shouting to the roof, like from the rooftops, how great we are. So we want
Yeah.
that same level of enthusiasm and attention on advocating for the library, advocating for the community and spreading the word about what our resources are, so.
That's great.
Would that person also then be, kind of a point person for community feedback to come through, like? so that-
Potentially, I think that will still be committee based.
Okay,
And frankly, a lot of the outreach work will be committee based as well, because we have a lot of folks in youth services and adult services and in patron services that are out there in the community. They're ready for library card signups, they're doing school visits. But this way we can have a little more intention behind our push out. Because we've been very much trying to get people into the building, so now it's that next step of what can we do outside of the building and how can we bring different groups into the library?
Wasn't there somewhere, I don't know where it is, that same position, where's the description of it? Because I thought there was something about coordinating.
It might
staff
be in the
events
library.
or-
Yes, it's in the library report.
Oh,
That's the staff events, so that would be the like staff. Some of the staff and service work is handled in partnership with the marketing team. That's just been one of the things that kind of fell to them, but that's in the job description as well, because they are part of the marketing team that helps coordinate this. So the kind of internal customer service component.
which page is that?
I think it was on staffing updates.
Yeah.
Yes, and then that job description's on the website as well, in case you guys wanted to read that in full.
okay. So planning internal staff events, what kind of events are those?
So we have our annual in-service, we have our staff recognition event, we do an emergency training day as well. We have monthly all-staff meetings. So those will be the kind of internal staff events. It's really training based.
Okay. So that's kind of a different angle than,
It is, but it's part of that marketing team, so.
okay. Are there any other holes in marketing that gaps that aren't being covered because Sue is gone, or that was really related
That's
to
what I
the
thought of.
building? These aren't really things she was doing, right? Well,
I think we kind of, we've
You have those
reassigned some
covered.
roles, but yeah,
Yeah.
with Tyler and I, we're
yeah. those are
rocking and
kind of
rolling, I don't know.
Yeah.
What's your word of this week, Tyler?
My word this week.
Hopefully it's not synergy again.
Fascinating.
Yeah,
That was.
but these probably aren't, yeah, is where the, formulaic, right?
Yeah.
Formulaic, yeah, right. I'm gonna start using that every day. Just sound fancy, that. Okay.
That's an important part of the day, sounding fancy.
Yeah.
Okay, anybody else on?
But we're back to the numbers.
Yeah, we're right,
We're back.
we need to roll call vote.
So wait a minute,
Yeah.
the adult service, the adult service fund like was significantly higher than the others, and I think you explained it. Because we're
The
doing more digital, yeah, the digital
Yeah.
expense.
Yeah.
Is that like Hoopla and all
That's
that?
Hoopla, that's anytime they download a title to read or watch, that is all digital, all of the reference databases run through that as well. But we're seeing a leap in usage, so we want to make sure we can meet those full demands and everything else.
And then I saw that there was a line item for like PC upgrades, or you'd explained one of the,
Yeah,
and then it was like software upgrades that we might be making, or
yes,
like security software that we might be installing.
yes, that's part of probably the library management system and software and services.
There are a couple different lines here.
Yeah.
So, 836, technology, purchase and maintenance, that is all of the library's PCs, servers, network equipment, ongoing software subscriptions. There's another line, 837, library management system, software and services, and that relates more to the ILS software that we use for tracking all of our inventory, our patron database, the online catalog, some of there's more patron based.
Something about the PCs that are up, like up for general use. That we
Oh,
have.
sure.
Those
So-
are those covered by 836?
836, that's
Okay.
right. So when we moved to this building, we replaced almost all of our PCs because the ones at the old building were, for the most part, 7, 8 years old.
Ready
We
to
did-
retire.
We did bring a small number, about, I want to say 22 computers in staff areas that were several years old by the time of the move. So we're getting to about the point where we're reaching 5 years, which is typically when we start looking at replacing them. So those are the ones that are going to be replaced this coming fiscal year, about 20 staff PCs. And then next year, we probably won't have any because those will have just been replaced and the rest of the computers are still pretty new. So some years we have more than others, and in recent years, quite a bit fewer just because we replaced so much
Okay,
when we moved.
thank you. I just wanted to understand where.
I appreciate
Yeah,
it.
absolutely.
I had a question on the summary, page 4, towards the bottom, collection management, the note said, and then you go on to the top, page 5. It's like this partner, you plan to partner with this archive. And but that's not,
They're no longer in
yeah,
business.
are we looking for another company or are the other, some of the other stuff we use, software we use, will that take over for that?
So yeah, Marchive unexpectedly went out of business late last year. We are looking at some other alternatives. Backstage Library Works is one of their competitors, possibly for the future, but don't have any immediate plans to do that in this coming fiscal year.
And then one other question on that same page, page 5, under the operating expenses,
Mhm.
is part of the decrease in the budget, overall budget, because we kind of know more after 2 years and can
Yeah.
plan for that? Okay, that's what I was thinking, thank you.
Which one?
But the overall
The
decrease-
operating expenses budget.
Oh.
right underneath.
For a number of years, we didn't have enough
Oh,
data,
right,
in this
right.
building to know what we need.
Right.
So that's why I was thinking that, I just wanted to make sure I was
Mhm.
thinking correctly.
It's nice to
There was a
know
pretty
you
big
guys
drop
are gonna
in-
be.
Yeah.
There's a pretty big drop in the utilities, and I saw.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
so
a
so
lot
that
of,
must be based on what we're seeing. with the
Yeah.
usage.
We broke it out over the months and then still added some buffer there because prices fluctuate.
Yeah.
But we want to get a little bit closer to true expenditures.
Yeah.
But we're not, we're getting there, but
yeah,
we'll continue tweaking.
So in the collection management that we were talking about,
Yes.
first of all, I'm not sure exactly what that means. I'm embarrassed to say, and the going down 16%. What accounts?
So the collections are separate. So all of the materials, that's 7, 15, 16, and 17. Collection management
Right,
is how we control the collection.
Like,
So.
what are you getting rid of? What are you keeping?
So it's, how are we creating records? You can jump in, Alex, this is one of his areas too.
Sure.
I'm like, I can fumble through it or.
Yeah, so some of our vendors for e-content or even for physical material charge some platform fees for access to their ordering and collection management
Okay.
systems. So those subscription
Okay.
fees come out of that 744 collection management line, along with some other things like our microfilm digitization, so services for or related to parts of the collection. We've been working on that digitization project. We're expecting to complete that in July. So some of those collection
So
management.
tools or process.
Yeah.
Related things.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
Mhm.
related to managing the collection, okay. And so it's gone down that much because you're not using Marchive,
Yes.
okay. Okay,
And looking forward to next fiscal year, because we'll be completing the digitization
oh,
project,
so that.
it'll drop even further.
Gotcha, okay,
Which will be in
And
that
then-
summary.
yeah,
Yeah.
and the teen collection,
Yes.
I'm just curious, so are we seeing an increased demand of teen readers? I wish my teen was reading more. I mean, actually, though, he reads a lot. I mean, he's doing a lot at school. I don't mean to say he's a slacker, but he does not come here to read the teen collection. Are we getting a lot of traction with
We
the
are,
teen
we
collection
are. And
specifically?
I think we're also seeing some holes in the collection where we can grow it a
Yeah.
little bit more. We're considering adding some language, materials in other languages,
Oh,
possibly expanding the nonfiction collections and maybe adding some duplicate copies for middle grade titles, since we're seeing kind of a mix of ages in
Yeah,
that area. There is
Yeah.
room on the shelves, so
Sure.
why not fill them?
are there more I see more mid-grade people when I'm in there.
It's a
Like,
mix. I
yeah.
think the study rooms in particular are very, are typically used by older teens.
Yeah,
Just
high
from what I've
schooler.
observed.
Yeah,
And also like the tables for study too.
yeah,
But the teens are welcome to use all the spaces,
Yeah,
so they're
and I
kind
know
of,
the teens sometimes check out the regular ones too. Yeah,
but it's a busy area.
yeah,
So just out of curiosity, if since we're increasing the adults collection because of, or the budget because of digital costs.
Mhm.
Are we not seeing the same usage? I would have thought younger people might want more digital, or do they actually want, or just curious?
Digital use is heavily adult titles.
Mhm.
I think
Are the teen titles available on digital?
there are teen titles available. I think Hoopla is a really popular resource, but actually Hoopla entirely comes out of the adult collection budget. So even if there is a little bit of a mix there just for management, we keep it simple that way. But no, I think it's really adult readers like to read digitally. And younger readers are preferring.
It also depends on what they're reading. Manga doesn't do well on digital. So if they're, a lot of the manga or the anime type styles, they just don't translate.
I was never, I just read books, so I wouldn't care, and so that's why I was surprised by that, but.
right. I have a question also about public relations. What else does that include in that bucket?
Sure, so, I'm gonna go to my cheat sheet. So that includes,
Page 5 of the executive
Oh,
summary.
see.
The executives, yeah,
Oh, okay.
well, yeah, I guess I wasn't looking at the actual.
that includes costs for advertising, so anytime our name is in a paper or a brochure or anything,
Yeah.
we've actually had more call for that in the last year, which is a good thing.
Mhm.
Promotional items, online promotional services. In prior years, we included some video production.
Yeah,
We haven't done that this year, and then miscellaneous PR related expenses.
where's the newsletter printing?
So that comes out of printing at 820.
Okay, so it's just a general. Post,
And that's actually the bulk of that budget line.
yeah, I'm sure there's.
We also budget for like an annual postcard and some other things, but that is largely for marketing.
What number is it?
820.
Oh, okay, so there's no. Gotcha.
Anybody have anything with this moment? Okay, all right, Jen, I think. Yeah,
All right. Sue Higgins,
Yes.
Julie Kowalski Smith,
Yes.
Ginger Kearney,
Yes.
Kristen Hassenside Walsh,
Yes.
Deidre Patel,
Yes.
Kelly Sims,
Yes.
Allison
I should have
Pickett.
choked up.
Yes. Feel that strong.
Okay. Moving on to communications, anything, Pam?
No, we're not into anything.
All right.
We had a letter from Village President Puccio about our blood drive. We had 23 units of life-saving blood, ultimately helping to save 69 lives. We're also, Lombard East, Red Cross Club is hosting a blood drive on August 6th. So it's all coordinated through their volunteer group, but that's another blood drive in the library, so just figured I'd add that context.
Did you say at the library? It's gonna be at the.
It'll be it's at the library.
Okay. But it's gonna be the high school.
High school is running it, and there was one volunteer in particular that's been very ambitious, and so I think it'll be a successful day.
August 6th.
August 6th, yeah. But it's run through.
This one is next month. August 6th is our next
Oh.
city. Sorry, the Lombard East is in July.
I got my dates crossed up. It's a Lombard East is July, Varsity is in
Varsity is,
August.
yeah, our regular,
July what?
ones that we host throughout the year is,
Do you know the date for the
I wanna say it's the 7th, but I can look it up.
Okay, because the 4th is a Friday. Oh, so it's, yeah, 7th will be a Monday. Is it on Monday? Okay.
It is.
Only because, where I used to work.
It's the
a blood
15th.
drive, and I miss being able to go somewhere and just in and out. I don't know.
Yeah, it's
so-
very efficient, and the Varsity ones, you can sign up online for a time slot or just show up. They always have people available, but
You can do the same for the Red Cross.
Yeah.
It's the 15th from 10 AM to 3 PM here, and they're doing promo.
You said the 15th?
The 15th, yeah,
Okay.
July 15th.
10, okay.
thanks, Jen.
So I did have something, can I bring it up? I'm sorry, so one of my, friends of my mom and dad, has a lot of books in, Gujarati, which is an Indian language. I didn't know if the library would be willing to expand its, what we call foreign language collection that we have. I know we have some books, I don't know if we have space for it, so I just wanted to let you know, I don't have the books yet. I don't know how many he has, I have to get in touch with him, but, I know my mom has come to the library looking for books.
Yeah.
I don't know how many other people we might have that might be interested, in reading in another languages, so just something, throwing it out there if there's space.
Yeah, when you have more information, I'll just send me an email and
All
we'll
right,
connect with
will
the
do.
services. Usually kind of, there's a lot of factors,
Mhm.
so, well, we can talk.
Yeah,
about
because
that.
we need to know like what the book is about.
Yeah.
Right, and I'm
Shannon.
not the right person to ask about that because you'd be waiting, probably about half a day for me to read one page to you. So
Sure.
you don't want me trying to translate it for you. But I just want to let you know that, and I wanted to let the board know that if that's something we would like to consider. Yeah, that's cool. Okay, yeah.
No worries. Okay, no other communications. All right. Moving on to the director's report.
My report was largely the executive summary related to the budget. So we can move on to the library activity report. Let's get questions for me.
Lots of good stuff in here.
I have a question about page 8, about past code appointments. Is there any? Like, it's just mentioned about the no-shows and then this expectations. So like, is there any reasoning or like just an anomaly for May?
I'm not sure the cause. We just wanted to note that normally, yes, we would have more appointments, but many of them were canceled.
Yeah.
Cause it was a drop, yeah.
Yeah. May it gets good.
But it wasn't cancellation.
Yeah.
Like.
We
us
did not
having
cancel.
staff, right.
No, it was
Not-
either someone not
Right.
available after all.
Maybe we can look traveling as much.
This is very useful, the email stats, that's very useful, thank you.
Yeah, and it's very good.
Very
For
concise.
someone who knows, there's a lot of information, it's very.
Regarding the hotspots update,
Yeah,
I put a huge yes on the margin to that
Good.
because 21 days is quite a long period of time.
We
let
agree.
somebody keep it
yes.
Beyond their, date.
I'm not sure what page
It's
of,
on page 9.
thank you.
So it's rolled out, it's been rolled out this month, so we'll see hopefully some change
Yeah.
in the next couple months as a
And-
3-day versus 21 day.
Right, and overall, it wasn't a huge problem. It was just, wait, why are we doing this? And then we just figured we'd trim it right back, so.
Yeah,
Okay.
Do we get, so we get a lot of, I mean, a lot of people check those out.
Oh, yeah, no, they're, you almost always need a hold to get one, so if you're
Yeah,
planning to go
that's
out of
awesome.
town, you wanna give yourself a little bit of time, but people
Yeah.
do return quickly and,
Yeah.
yeah.
Sorry, what's a hotspot?
A hotspot is so that folks can have internet access elsewhere, so it's like a little device. that-
Okay, okay, like that, I was like, I thought it was something to do with the library, I didn't understand,
Oh,
okay,
that's fair.
all right, okay.
Good question.
It's that hotspot, okay.
How many do we have?
35.
Well, some people just might not have internet access at home.
Yeah.
I love the staff booklet.
I know, yeah.
Yes, that was cool, yeah. I am super impressed with our Instagram numbers. I looked up a couple, like. Nearby libraries, like ours is way ahead.
Nice.
Not that we're in a competition, but. That's really impressive, and I just think that our stuff is so clever and creative. So kudos to. Our team, and I can't remember who it is specific, it's Emily, right? Specifically, yeah,
Crew.
yes, yes.
Christine, yeah.
Yes, I hope.
Just got Pennsylvania's working.
Yeah.
Very fun. All right, anything else on the library activities? Is there any other observations, comments?
I'll just tell them again. Oh, and okay, the engraved pet tags. I am not a pet owner, but I am not at all surprised by that.
No.
So that's pretty cool. It's a good idea.
Definitely.
And the Children's Museum. Was
Yeah.
that day, there was one day that I came by that was like parking down the street. Would that have been the
I
day?
have to tell you, the number of days we've had lately where the youth service area upstairs is popping, we have been so busy.
Yeah,
I can't say what day it was.
Well, I know coming Saturday,
Yeah,
I had to wait for somebody to leave a parking spot.
Yeah.
yeah,
And then we're parking on the street.
yeah.
yeah,
And I know there was a Beacon Hill bus here,
Mhm.
so
Oh,
it must have been a senior, program or something.
There was a performance. I don't think it was a senior social.
Um,
It might have been the Leslie, yes,
yeah.
Yes.
thank you.
Oh, yeah.
I was thinking of the actor's name. I'm like, no, Paisley Patterns. What's that? Who is
Yeah.
that?
I just read it in the.
Yeah. But we've just been amazingly busy.
I mean, 'cause this was 167 in attendance, this Partners in Play.
Yes, over the course of a couple hours, and even
Yeah.
today we had a cardboard construction day in youth services. And I walked through there and it was like standing room only and the kids
That's
were
awesome.
really busy and way too many craft supplies out. It was beautiful. And the number of kids using tools to like safely cut cardboard, because there's like a plastic saw that's not, it's very safe, but it's hilariously loud. So that's how I knew the program had started, because that was the noise I was hearing, was the sawing of cardboard. But I'm glad I heard it because it's so incredible what these kids
Yeah.
are coming up with.
Yeah. Oh, I'm very excited.
I know this is the May activity report and the June activity report will discuss Pride Month and all of that, but the Pride event was really well attended. Our librarians, and staff did great. We got a lot of traffic at the booth and, people were just in a great mood. It was wonderful. So, yeah, well attended and a lot of people.
Was the weather perfect?
I mean, perfect.
Yeah.
It was unbelievable.
Yeah.
Because I thought it was gonna be either too hot or too cold. No, it was a beautiful day.
Right.
All day. So, anyway, I know it'll be in June, but.
No, that's
Pride
right.
Month, so,
Yeah.
all right. I think that might be our last item. I have a motion to. Adjourn. All second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? We have adjourned.
I